Hey, how's it going everyone? I'm Martin and welcome back. So, check this out.
Double kill!
So, that of course is the revamped Nova Bomb in Destiny 2, and this is our first look at the Voidwalker subclass coming from IGN. Full video will be in the description if you want to go check that out for yourself. And yeah, we've got a first person perspective showing off some of the abilities of this subclass in this raw gameplay set in the Crucible on this new map called Endless Vale. So, as you saw at the beginning there was, of course, the Nova Bomb, and there's been some big changes to it. One of the more notable ones is the fact that it moves a lot slower now. This is because, as you'll have noticed, the Nova Bomb now tracks enemies. Now, it did also track enemies in Destiny 1, there was a perk that allowed that, but it wasn't any sort of big adjustments or anything, it was just very subtle direction changes, but now it's very apparent. One other change to the Nova Bomb itself is that when it explodes, it now also breaks into small pieces, and those will flare out into sort of an area of effect attack and do more damage after the initial explosion. Blink is also back, as we can see in this gameplay. Now, we originally thought that it had been removed and wasn't going to be returning at all because it had been removed from the Hunter subclasses, but it turns out that the Voidwalker is actually going to have Blink as one of its jump options. Now, I don't know if Blink is the only option, but I'm assuming that you'll be able to change. Although, keep in mind that it isn't confirmed until we actually get to see the subclass perk options. When you use Blink, you lose your heads-up display for a few seconds, so you won't be able to see your abilities or armor or your radar for a few seconds as you're coming out of Blink. We also got to see one of the grenade options in this gameplay, which looks a lot like the scatter grenade from Destiny 1. Now, in one of the trails we also got to see a little glimpse of one of the grenades, and I'm not sure if it was the same one as this one, but when it got a kill, it would also send out more grenades that would home in after other enemies, a lot like the Axiom Bolt. It was kind of a combination between the scatter grenade and the Axiom Bolt, so I'm not sure if it was the same one that was shown here in this game. It could be the case that this grenade only sends out more tracking grenades when it gets a kill, but here it didn't, so we don't really get to see that. The player here is also using the Healing Rift option on their class ability. Remember, the class ability is the third ability that every subclass has in Destiny 2, so for Warlocks you have a choice between the Healing Rift and Damaging Rift, Titans have their Barricade, and Hunters have their Dodge. Now, in some other gameplay where they were playing as a Voidwalker, just walking around and giving us a tour of this Crucible map, they had a Sidearm equipped, and people have been pointing out that when they fired the weapon, it made the same ringing sound as when the Look in the Chamber perk activates, and I thought I'd step in and try and clear some things up here.
A piece of cover, but you can also jump over it and pull off an awesome flank there. That's where the control flag is going to be, so you're going to see a lot of people vying for.
So this, I don't think, is going to be Look in the Chamber, because at the Destiny 2 reveal event where I got to play for myself, there was actually some guns where this sound would also proc, and I believe it just means when any sort of special perk activates, not just Look in the Chamber anymore. So that is all for this video. If you want to go check out the full gameplay for yourself, there'll be a link in the description, as well as a link to the tour of this Crucible map, Endless Vale. As always, I hope that you enjoyed the video. I also want to give a huge thanks to everyone that bought a shirt recently. The sale has now ended, and I massively appreciate all of you. As always, thank you all very much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.